It's my senior year. Not senior year, it's the end of my senior year. But the last day of senior year. And that's crazy, man. That's crazy to wrap my head around. You know? I've been living here in this area for the past like 4 years. And the fact that it's all over pretty much, it's just something I can't really wrap my head around. Most people at my school, or most people in general, they're constantly thinking like, yo, I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait to get away from this place. I can't wait to move and just be completely free. But while yes, that's a thought I've had, I've also constantly grounded myself with the fact that, yo, my time here isn't infinite. And also with getting COVID and losing everything I had, right? At least everything that isn't detrimental to me, right? I lost my memory and that's pretty detrimental, but losing so much has made me appreciate everything a little bit more. Like, I've walked this path so many times, and right now it's the last time I'll ever be able to walk it. Over there, in that area, in there, Christmas one time, me and some friends went over there and I made my first ever lo-fi song. Me and some friends have walked by on this path, straight through the buildings to this one boba place, like, I don't know, 20 minutes away from here, walking distance. And even one time, one of me and my friends, it was Christmas time actually, and me and her, we went to go to like a Taco Bell, and we were expecting like the Taco Bell to be open, right? And we walk over, it's like blistering cold, it's freezing. Me and her, we're like cuddling like penguins, we're walking together, we're like, woo, and we're like looking at birds and everything by the water. And we get to the Taco Bell, and the Taco Bell's closed. And I was like, what? No! And the whole experience was hilarious. But the thing is that all those like little fun moments are just moments in time, right? And the only thing that preserves them is memories. However, even our memories aren't not certified, but they're not guaranteed. I forget the other word, but they're not guaranteed, man. And nothing is guaranteed. And that's something that I've learned over the course of this past year. I lost my memory, I lost so many relationships, I lost things that I never thought I could lose. Like, genuinely, I lost so much. But the fact that I've lost so much has made me realize that whenever I had those things, I never actually took the time to appreciate it. I never looked at what was in front of me, and even though I faced constant setback after setback and failure after failure, it's all of those that has added up to make me who I am now. And for that, I have to be grateful, right? I could lose everything again, even though right now it doesn't even look like there's anything for me to lose. Look, dude, this place that I've basically grown up in, walked over tons of times for the past 4 years, I'm about to go from it, right? Someone's calling. I don't know who it is though. But this place that I've made my home for the past 4 years, I'm about to leave it. Like, I recorded a video there. I was literally crying. There was times when I walked out of there with like friends out of one of my classes. There was a few times where I walked around in this part because my brain was fatigued after the brain fog and everything. There's times when I ran across from right there all the way to the library with one of my friends and his girlfriend, and it was so much fun chasing each other and running back and forth. It was like playing tag again, man. Times when I sat over there under the library. There's so much. There's this one time, sorry, I know I'm like reminiscing or whatever, but there was this one time I was in my gym class. This teacher, I had crutches in the beginning of freshman year, and she tells me, because it's college, and she goes, yo, if you can't operate at the same level as everybody else, if you can't walk, bro, you're failing the class. That you're done. You're getting an FX. And if you don't know, an FX is like super terrible. It's not good at all. But there was this other time with that same professor with one of my friends that we were playing this like game, it's like land hockey, but we had a wiffle ball. And the way that the professor said wiffle, bro, me and my friends started cracking up. And as we started cracking up, we're like, the like whole bench is vibrating and shaking and all that. And dude, there's so many memories. And even though right now I'm in so much pain, with things not even related to like, you know, it being the end, but also, you know, with it being the end. Even though there's so much going through my mind and every single day, you know, sometimes it's very difficult. Like last night was super difficult. I ended up crying myself to sleep. I ended up waking up with tears in my eyes, crying again. But you know, even though I'm crying and everything, that doesn't make me more weak. And also, it just means that whatever it is affected me so much more, right? I've said it so many times on this channel. There's an echo. Hold on. I've said it so many times on this channel that my goal is to improve, to get better, and to improve my communication. But it's not just that. I also want to document my progress in becoming a better person. And a few months ago, I wouldn't have been able to walk around with like my phone out holding it. I seem like a goofball. There's people over there that like I generally associate with, and if they see me, they might think I'm stupid, but I've had enough growth to where I'm confident in this, you know? This is, even though I'm not a super big channel or anything, it's more so that I'm doing this for myself. And that's why I'm glad that the videos that I recorded didn't end up being able to be published, right? I made them because I thought it would be able to help other people, and yes, that's good, but at the same time, the purpose of this channel is for me to be able to help myself first and be able to teach and explain what I went through to anybody else who's going through a similar situation. For me to be able to convey my emotions better and to describe how it is to, you know, be in pain and then to continue growing, you know? My life philosophy is that change is key, right? It was my first video on this channel, and I genuinely believe in order to become the version of yourself you want to become. Dude, I even recorded a YouTube video. I inserted like a yearbook quote thing that hold on, I don't remember exactly, but it had to do along the lines of the life you're meant to live has the cost of you changing, something like that. It was good. All right, I put it inside the yearbook, but the idea behind it is that if you don't change and if you just are fine being stagnant and staying still, if you're in pain and you don't try and grow from it, you're only going to end up constantly repeating that over and over. So my point in recording this is really just to cement this moment as one of the last moments I'll ever have recording on this campus. Well, it is the last moment I'll have recording on this campus. It's not like I'm going to come back just to record on it, but it really is the end, you know? And it might be cliche, but closing that chapter in a book, closing this part of my life, with so many things that I wish I could change, with so many things I feel like is unfinished. Ending it right here doesn't feel right, but the reality is that it doesn't end here, you know? It might be the end of this book, but there's a sequel coming right up after. And with that being said, I just have to, you know, trust in God, trust in everything, and just take it day by day. Continue to grow, continue to improve. Even though this is the end of high school, it's not the end of me, and I still have a tomorrow that's coming up next. No need to be anxious about it, but I need to live it. Live in the moment and not for the moment. And take the time to make the time for the things that really matter. Those are some of the most important things that I've learned. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. Bow.